What's going on, you guys? This is New York Adventure 1994 here, and it is Sunday, January 29th, 2023. And 1 year ago today, we got hit with a massive blizzard named Windstorm Kenan by the Weather Channel. And it was this massive nor'easter that rapidly intensified into a bomb cyclone. So I'm going to tell you how it all started. So January 2022, we actually saw a few of these nor'easters that happened a few weeks before the blizzard, and after we got hit with Winter Storm Izzy, which was this coastal storm we had on Martin Luther King Day, models were starting to trend that we were going to get hit with a massive blizzard. And they were actually bringing the storm closer to us instead of being out in the ocean, showing a 950 millibar storm. And boy, was that serious. And then a week later, it showed it going out to sea and dumping a lot of snow on us. Thankfully, we didn't get the first scenario because that one looked terrifying. We would have got hit so bad by that blizzard if it came true. Thankfully, it pushed offshore, but it was still bad for us. So, for those 2 weeks, they were showing that we were going to get hit with a blizzard. And by Tuesday, that Tuesday before the storm hit, they were saying that we were going to get hit by a bomb cyclone, that it had the potential of rapidly intensifying into a bomb cyclone. And that's exactly what it did. So, 1 year ago today, this whole area was covered in snow thanks to this nor'easter. And this was a powerful nor'easter. It was basically like a hurricane, dumping these blizzard conditions on us. We had a lot of blowing snow and hurricane force winds for the northeast. It was very serious. And it was also a repeat of the 2018 blizzard when we got hit by Grayson in 2018 in the month of January, like a few days after New Year's. That was also a storm that rapidly intensified into a bomb cyclone and dumped all this snow on us and brought in these high winds for us too. Yeah, it was like an exact repeat of Grayson, Winter Storm Kenan, where we saw a lot of snow and high winds. Yeah, Windstorm Grayson and Windstorm Kenan have a lot of similarities. They both hit in January and they both became bomb cyclones and gave us all these blizzard conditions. And they were like 4 years apart from each other. These blizzards were so intense. Yeah, all that week they were talking about bombogenesis with this blizzard. And the blizzard came on Saturday, January 29th, 2022. And I'm not really familiar with Saturday blizzards. They usually happen like during the week over here, but blizzards can happen anytime. It doesn't have to be a certain day of the week where a blizzard comes. I mean, a blizzard can happen any day of the week. But I'm usually more used to nor'easters happening during the school week or work week. It was also 3 months after we got hit by this other nor'easter that turned into Tropical Storm Wanda later on. And boy, was that nor'easter also powerful. But it wasn't really cold enough that time in October to produce any snow. That nor'easter was an all-rain nor'easter. So we saw a lot of rain and high winds from the October nor'easter that was Tropical Storm Wanda. And we also saw a lot of high winds because it wasn't cold enough to produce any snow since it was only October. Yeah, it just wasn't cold enough. It was like 50 or 60 degrees out during that nor'easter. But 3 months later, it started getting cold out and we had the blizzard. I remember that Friday, the night before the nor'easter, where we had our windstorm warning changed to a blizzard warning because they knew how serious it was going to be. And that night was also Henrik Lundqvist's retirement. And the Rangers were supposed to play the Wild, and the reason why they had it against the Wild is because Matt Zuccarello is now on that team, and Henrik Lundqvist and Matt Zuccarello are best friends, so they made sure it was on that night when they played the Wild. I did not attend Henrik Lundqvist's retirement because of all the snow that was happening. I was busy locking and loading for the blizzard, and it would have been too dangerous to come home because by 10 o'clock that night the snow already started. The blizzard was like on its way. It wasn't too far away from us. By 10 o'clock at night, the snow just started coming down just like that. That you can't even see the grass anymore. It just started coming down just like that. They started canceling a lot of flights, a lot of trains were getting canceled. Yeah, a lot of stuff was getting put to a halt after that. And you can't even see the grass anymore because of all the snow that was coming down. And the storm was just getting stronger and stronger in this area as I was asleep. And I got up at like 6:30 in the morning at the crack of dawn to see how bad it really was. And boy, the blizzard was starting picking up in intensity in this area. When I got up at like 6:30 in the morning to check on the blizzard, on how it was going, and the wind started picking up and the snow started picking up in speed. They were issuing wind gusts of 55 miles an hour over here, which is still strong. 55 miles an hour is pretty serious. That's still enough to take down trees and power lines, and a lot of snow makes it even worse. Thankfully I didn't lose power during this storm. It's a good thing I was prepared too. We had a lot of blowing snow and 55 mile an hour wind gusts. It was very serious. I got up at like 6:30 in the morning as the sun was starting to rise, and the wind was here and the snow was here. That shows you that the storm was just getting more and more closer to us and rapidly intensifying. Yeah, that storm was like bombing out as it was making its way over here. And then I got up a few hours later after working on more hours of sleep, and the wind was still going and the snow was still going too. I got up at like 10:30 in the morning that morning, and the wind was strong and the snow was strong. We also had a wind advisory associated with the blizzard warning because of all the snow and the wind that was happening. Yeah, we had a lot of strong winds in this area. The winds were crazy. 55 mile an hour wind gusts, that's almost a high wind warning. And 55 miles an hour is so strong for power outages, along with the snow toppling on the wires. But thankfully, I was not one of those people that lost power. I lucked out once again from another snow and windstorm, which is a blizzard. And Cape Cod, all the way in Cape Cod, they had these hurricane force wind gusts almost to 100 miles per hour due to what Reed Timmer saw of the blizzard. Reed Timmer was on Cape Cod during the blizzard, and he saw these wind gusts of 100 miles an hour. Hurricane force on Cape Cod. And hurricane force at 100 miles an hour is no joke. 100 miles an hour is nothing to sneeze at. Oh, that's an imminent power outage right there. And I bet there was a lot of flooding too with the snow and ice. And I bet the visibility was very poor over there. It looked like War of the Worlds over there. That's how serious the blizzard was. It was like a hurricane with blizzard conditions. Yeah, so this nor'easter, blizzard, bomb cyclone, it was basically like a hurricane with blizzard conditions. Or should I say a snow-a-cane? Yeah, so we had the snow and the wind in this area for several hours, and it did not go away until like 6 o'clock at night, and it got really cold out. The storm might have been gone, but the cold was still here. Yeah, it was like cold all that week. And then the next day I started shoveling the snow. And then a week later, we got hit by an ice storm and thankfully still had power. We had like this freezing rain and it made it more difficult to melt all the snow and ice. Yeah, so this whole area was covered in snow for a whole week. But thankfully the roads were clear, so I could go to work, but it was crazy. This was our first blizzard since 2018, that January. So yeah, we got hit by windstorm Kenan, which rapidly intensified into a bomb cyclone and brought in this blizzard and hurricane that brought in this blizzard conditions and hurricane force winds to the northeast, and I guess that's it. Bye.